Okay, hello every Form 2 student, Mr. Zheng again. So in this video, we'll try to talk about the Chapter 2 table. Chapter 2 table. Okay, so first of all, would you please prepare your notes, Term 2 notes, the first one. Second, prepare the worksheet, Chapter 2A, Chapter 02A table worksheet. And thirdly, if you have got Microsoft Access in your home, you may download this database file. Okay, this is a Microsoft Access database file only. Okay, you can only open it with Microsoft Access. Okay, but Microsoft Access is normally a commercial software. Okay, so if you have got this software, Microsoft Access, then you may open this file also. Okay, now let's start the lesson. In this video, I will try to go through the chapter with you. Okay, so now we go to chapter 2 table. Okay, so what is a table? That is, it is used to store data in database. Okay, and you can see from the bottom, okay, from the middle here, it is an example of a table. Okay, and you can see here is 3 column and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 row. Okay, 3 column, 6 row. Okay? But in database table, we give different name to them. So for the vertical column, we call it fields. And for the row, okay, horizontal row, we call them the records. Okay, so you may imagine like this. Record representing maybe if this is the table of student, row, okay, the record representing the data of one person. That means here is a person, he or she, his or her SID is S091, and he or she is in class 4A, and the class number 1. Okay, this is one person. Okay, one person. So this is one records. On the other hand, for the column, that is different type of data of each person. That means every record, every person, okay, he or she should have the SID, the class, and also the number. Okay, so in this table, the student, there should have 6 record and 3 fields. Okay, so this is the first main idea. Okay, secondly, in a database, when we open a database, we can find different table on the left-hand side. Okay, maybe let's take an example. If you can, you may open the file from Google Classroom. Okay, this file. Okay, this file, you may open this. Okay, so I open it now. So this is the table. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you can see the tables. Okay, one is mark, one is student, one is subject. So let's take a look for them one by one. So mark, double click. This is the table. All right. Okay, and then student. Okay, here's the table. And thirdly, you can see the table subject. Okay, so you can see from the table, they have different number of field. Okay, different number of field, different type of field. Okay, and here different number of field, different types of field, and also they may have different number of record. Okay, so first record, second, third, and so on. Okay, here different record. First, second, third, and so on. Okay, so you may think about it. A database contains many tables, and a table contains many records, and each record contains different fields. Okay, so this is the relation between database, table, records, and fields. Okay, so for one table, you can see that there has many different fields. Okay, and if we may define the field with different data type and size. Okay, so these we call the table structure. Okay, table structure. All right. So in this case, each record have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 field. Okay, so here are the data type and size of all the field. Okay, so you can see here's the field name. Let's take an example of class. So this is class. The data type of class is text. Okay, that means this is some text, some word, some characters. Okay, and then you may define the field size. Okay, so for class here is 2. The field size is 2. That means you can at most give 2 characters into class. Okay, let's take an example. You may give 4A 2 character, 4B 2 character, 3A 2 character, 3E 2 character. But you cannot give S4A. Okay, S4A, because S4A there are 3 characters. Okay, if you give the field size is 2, then you cannot give more than 2 characters into the class. Okay. Okay, secondly, this is number, class number. So class number is different from class. It is a number. Okay. Also, height is also a number. Okay, but you can see that number and height should have some difference, right? So for the field size, for number, there has at least 3 different field size. So what is byte, but what is decimal? Let's take a look in the next table. So here it introduces the field size of different data type. So for text, you can give a number to the field size, but at most 255. Okay, so maybe you can give an address. Okay, your address, it may have 255 data. Okay, on the other hand, there is another data type, it is number. So for number, you can give some numeric value inside. And there are 3 main types of number. Okay, so first of all, byte. Byte means the storage. Okay, for each data, the maximum storage is 1 byte. Okay, and for 1 byte, here has a range that is 0 to 255. Okay, 0 to 255. So give a simple explanation why it is 0 to 255. Because if we change it to binary number, so 8 byte means you have 8 bit. Okay, so for the binary number, the minimum number should all be 0. Okay, so 80, 00, 00, 00, 00, 00. So it is 0 in decimal number. On the other hand, there is the maximum number, all should be 1. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So if you try to convert it into decimal number, it is 255. Okay, so It is because of the representation of the number, okay, in different number system. Okay, so if you don't understand it, you may check back your Form 2 mathematics textbook. All right. So on the other hand, there is another type of number that is integer. So for integer, the storage is 2 bytes. Okay, and the range is negative 32768 to 32767. So you can see the difference. For bytes, only positive number 0 to 255 can be represented. But for integer, negative number can also be represented because the range is negative 32768 to 0 to 32767. Okay, so you can represent it in negative number or positive number. Okay. Okay. If it is not enough for you, you may use decimal to represent the number. So decimal use 10 bytes to store each data. Okay, and it can store some decimal number. Okay, so whatever the decimal number is, you should use decimal. Okay, let's say 0.5. Okay, you should also use decimal. Okay, although this is very small, but you still need to use decimal because this is a decimal number. All right. Okay, let's go back to the table. So, the other two type of data, one is birth. So birth is a date. Okay, so in database management software, okay, Microsoft Access, there is a data type called dates and time. So you may apply dates and time into this data. And the last one, repeat. So repeat is representing yes or no. Okay, so it simply speaking, it use 1 to represent yes and 0 to represent no. So actually, it's only use 1 bit to store data. Okay, 1 bit. Okay, so go back to the next table. So dates and time, you can store day or time or both. Okay, and the storage is 8 byte. Okay, because you cannot change the field size, it is fixed. Okay, you cannot change it. Okay, and also if you want to represent dates, time, data, you should remember you should give this symbol, okay, at the open and the close of the data to represent dates. Second, okay, the next one, yes or no. So for yes or no, it's also fixed the field size, and the storage is only 1 bit. Okay, so it stored only yes or no or true or false only. Okay, 0 represent no, 1 represent yes. All right. Okay. Here's a classwork. So you may try to do it yourself. Okay. After that, after a few minutes, okay, maybe you can pause the video. After that, I will check the data. I will check the answer with you together. Okay, let's start to talk about the answer. So here is the structure of the data table, of the database table. Okay, and the database table called student. Okay, student. So here only the data type and also the field size. Okay. So go to question 1. Fill in the data about the table. So number of row, number of field. So you should take a look for the first or the second table. Should be the second table. Okay, because this is the real database table. Okay, the first one is only the structure. Okay, the structure, the table structure. Okay, so here, how many rows? Just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so fill in 6. And then number of field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5. Okay, question 2. So there are 5 data that violates the data type and field size. It cannot be stored in table. Circle them in the table. So violate means it's cannot obey some rules. Okay, it breaks the rules. It's break the rules. Okay, so 5 of them. Okay, let's check. Okay, let's go. So first of all, let's check the name. Okay, the field size is 5, right? The field size is 5. So you can see which one violated the data type or the field size. That should be this one. Okay, because here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 character. Okay, but then the field size is only 5. So you cannot store more than 5 characters. Okay, so let's check the other. Any problems? No, right? Okay, and then go to weight. So weight is storing number, only number. So you can see 40 is not a number. Okay, so it violates the data type also. And then how about height? So height is also stored number with field size decimal. However, you see that 160 is an integer, so it should not be stored here. Okay, let's go on. So birth is stored dates and time. Okay, so all of them are dates, right? Year, month, and date. But some of them are wrong. Let's say this one. So can you see why it is not correct? Yes. Okay, so the maximum number of the month should be 12, no 13. Okay. And the last one, repeat. So repeat is used to store yes or no. So you can only give yes or no answer. You cannot give F. Alright? So here are all the 5 data that violate the data type or the field size. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? Okay, so we go to the next part. So here we will talk about the total storage of a table. Okay, the total storage of a table. Okay, so in the first sentence, a very important word is we don't want to waste storage because storage is expensive. Okay, if we can minimize the storage size, it should be a very good idea. Okay, but before that, we should calculate the storage, okay, of a table. Okay, so let's take a look for this example. Here is a database table. The name is student. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 field, and then 1, 2, 3, 3 records. Okay, 5 fields and 3 records. And then on the right side of the table, here is the table structure of it. So we can see class is stored with text, the field size 2, number, store data type number, field size byte, and so on. And also the storage are given. Okay, so once we need to calculate the storage of the table, we should think like this. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 field. And the storage of each field should be class text 2, so 2 byte. Number, NO, number, byte, 1 byte. Height, number, decimal, 10 byte. Okay, so you can find the 1 byte, 10 byte on page 6. Okay, here, 1 byte, 10 byte. Okay, so can you find it? Okay, let's go back to page 8. And then for birth, it is stored with data time, or date or time. So the storage is 8 byte. And the last one, repeat, store with 1 over 8 byte because it's 1 bit only. 1 bit only. Okay. So for one record, we can add up all this value together. So 1 over 8, we may change it to 0.125. Okay, so here is the size of one record. One record. Right? And then in this table, there are 3 records. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4819, 1, 4822, 4821, 3. So 3 records. So for the storage of the whole table should be the storage of one record times the number of record 3. Okay, so let's go on for the calculation. 2 plus 1 plus 10 plus 8 plus 0.125. It is 21.125. Okay, and then we multiply it by 3. Then we get the final answer. 63.375 bytes. Okay? So now, let's go to the classwork. Here is another table called student. Okay? And the table is given to you, and the structure is also given to you. So would you please try to calculate the storage of this table? So now let's try to check the answer together. So first of all, we should check the storage size of each field. So the first field, name, text, 6. So the storage size should be 6 bytes. Okay, and then SID, number, byte. So for byte, we go back to page 6. Byte use 1 byte to store data. Okay, storage 1 byte. So we go back and fill in 1. And then the third one, DOB, it is date or time. So we remember that for daytime it uses 8 bytes to represent data, to store data. So we give 8 here. And then mark, number, byte, also 1. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 records in the table. So we multiply the story of each record by 7. Okay, so let's do the calculation. So 6 plus 1 plus x plus 1 is 16 times the number of records, 7. So the answer should be 112 bytes. Alright, so that's the end of chapter 2a. We talk about table. Okay, so let's do a short summary. So go back to the notes, page 3. So here we talk about what data is, what table is. So table contains many records. Okay, the horizontal one, and many field, the vertical one. And also we know that a whole database can contain many different tables. So we can think of the relations like this. Database contain many tables. Tables may contain many records. Each record may contain different fields. And then for a table, we should know the structure of the data table. So for the table, for each field, they should have different data type and also the size for the field. So here is a table for the structure of the above table. And on the bottom of page 6, here is a summary of different type of data type. Okay, so there are mainly 4 different data types that we should know. First, text. Second, number. Third, dates, time. The last one, yes, no. We should know their field size, their storage, and if it is a number, we should also know the range of the data. Okay, then we go to page 8. So we should also try to calculate the storage of a table. Okay. So the way to calculate is we should try to find the storage of one record. Okay, add them all. One record, add them all. And then multiply that by the number of records. Okay. And you can find the unit. All of them are bytes. So the final answer should be in bytes. Alright. Okay, so that's the end of this chapter. Okay. So maybe you can watch the other video that will talk about the practicals. Okay, we will do the practical of this chapter with you. Okay, so that's the end. See you.